A few years back I designed this one from my son to me for Mother's Day. Today I am going to teach you how to draw flowers in LightBurn, since I am going to make a new version of this basket. And I'll show you step by step how to decorate the side of the new one. Best of all, you don't even have to know how to draw, because we are going to use AI to help us a little. This is the original file that I made for the flower basket. It is available in my Etsy shop in case you want it. What I was thinking was to make one that would be perfect for kids to paint. So I came up with a few sketches. This one might be for older kids. And now I'm working on a simple version for younger kids. ChatGPT helped me design these flowers or draw them, but in case you are just tracing, they will look horrible, and I want these to be scored, which is why I am drawing my own. To be able to get this similar result, I'll show you exactly how I did. So what I did was to just simply take a screenshot of my basket side. Once I had that, I hid it over to ChatGPT, and what I just did was to paste my screenshot, and then I typed in this prompt: could you create a simple flower pattern for this box side for kids to paint? And let's see if it will generate something new. It probably won't, but let's see. And here is a new result. So what you can do now is just to right click and copy the image. I am Danish, sorry. Then head over to LightBurn and I'll just paste it here. Paste. So now you could go in and trace this image by right clicking, trace image, and hit OK. But sometimes it will look very silly once it is traced. I can just shift this over to black fill and fill smooth. So this one is actually pretty decent. But if you see a result like this, it will have some open lines and everything else. And that's really why I prefer to draw my own. But I can definitely use this as a reference guide. And I'll just shift back to wireframe smooth, because when you are designing or drawing something, it is easier to do in the wireframe smooth mode. I'll paste my picture again, and like I've done up here, I'll show you how to draw your own. For the tulip, what you want to do is go in and grab your pencil tool. I'll just use red as a color, and then I will just make lines that are pretty the same shape as what I am drawing. So for this one, I want to make a square. For the leaves, I will just attach them to the top and bottom. Whenever you are stuck, you just hit escape and it will release the line. So I'm taking my other leaf here. And for the flower, I will start with this inner section. And the easiest way to do that when you are drawing lines is to start in the top, go to the bottom of where your design will be, click and go back straight up. And I'll show you why in a bit. I'll then take these afterwards to show you. Once you have your design here, it's time to shape it. So I will go into Edit Notes, and now I can click my flower up here and I can just pull my lines. So I'll just pull them in the shape that I want, and down below I do want it to be round, so I'll just pull this up a little, and then I'll take these handles to make a round bottom. It will sometimes mess up with my upper design, so I can just twist and turn it just a little. For my stem, I want this to look a bit like this one this time. So again, I can use my handles to shape them, and it might be a little hard to see with this red. I am sorry, but hopefully it still makes sense. And I'll shape this one. find my blue handle like that. For the bottom, I do want it to be rounded just a little. So I'll just take the middle and I can move it down. We will see in a bit if it needs further fixing. For the leaves, that's simple. I made this little V shape and I'll just pull the leaves up to where I want them, take my node and snap it to the stem, like so. And the same for the other. I will just shape it, take my nodes and pull them down to my stem until they snap. The top here I do want to round, so again I can use my handle things here and just move them up. See if I can find the other, like that. And again it will sometimes go a little out of shape. So you just mess around with this until you are satisfied. Now I want to create these leaves on the side, and for that I am also making the V shape. So I'll start in here, go to the top, and then I'll go directly to the bottom of where I want the leaf to start. Hit escape and do the same over here. So to the top and to the bottom. The middle part is just a line that will go straight across here, and we'll do that in the end. So again I am taking nodes tool and I'll just grab my line here and I'll stretch it. I will take the other line and stretch it so it will curve. Then I am going to take my handle and pull it so I get that rounded shape in the top. Same over here. Stretch until I feel like I have the shape. Then I'll take my handle and I'll shape the inner part. Something like that. For the inner line, it's pretty easy. I'll just move it up and I'll take my nodes and snap them over here. And now I actually have my tulip. I do want these lines, so again I'm grabbing my pencil and I'll just start it over here, hit escape to release, and do the same over here, and hit nodes, curve them just a little, like that. And now I can take my tulip, just click outside the picture. I can take my tulip, I can copy and paste it. And this is almost ready. So I do want to remove a couple of things that is overlapping. And for that I'll use this Genius scissor tool. With this little scissor you can cut away everything that is overlapping. I'll just make sure that my nodes are attached. If they weren't, I would go into nodes and just pull them over to my design. But it seems like everything is attached on this one. So this was the tulip, which was pretty easy. Now let's show you one of these flowers. I'll actually do this one because I kind of already did the others. For this type of flower, I will start by making a circle. Doesn't have to be completely round. It can be a little oval. If you want to prevent your background from moving, I'll just hit back. You can lock selected shapes, that way you can't move the background, which is pretty great in this scenario. Now that I have my circle, the leaves are actually really easy to do, because you will just click where you want the leaves to go, and I'll click next over here, there, 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 and snap back on the first line. So I have this hexagon shape inside. Now I'll just take notes, and now I can drag the hexagon sides, and I'll just drag them up to where my leaves should start, and then I can use my handles to change the direction, like that. I'll grab the next one, pull it up, use the handles to determine the direction, and you just proceed like this on all these leaves. I will probably speed this up just a little until I am done. And now that I have my leaves, I can just create the stem like I showed you before by making a square inside here. And the leaves will just be a little V that will attach to the stem. And I'll shape the stem. I'll just make sure that it is going to the top up here to be able to, whoops, where did my note go? There we go. To make sure that it will be able to cut afterwards. I want this one to be a little more straight. I'll take my bottom, and I don't want this to curve just as much as the other tulip did, so I'll just curve this side. Now that I have my stem, I can go in and shape my leaves. Make sure that they are attaching. And do the other leaf over here. Like that. Just have to move this a little. And I want my line here and I'll just curve it in the middle. Like that. And over here. Something like that. Now I can take my flower design over here and I'll just mark it, copy and paste, and we can start working on this one. Because I do want to cut off some of these lines, but to do that with the scissor tool, you need to make your circle just a tiny bit bigger. So while my aspect ratio is locked, I'll just hit, let's take 5. I just want to make sure that they are overlapping just a tiny bit. Now I can go in and take my scissor tool, and it wasn't enough, so I'll just backslash and I'll just make my circle just a tiny bit bigger. That was way too much. So let's, instead of 0 point, let's take 6.1, like that maybe. And let's see, that was enough. So now I can just take the bottom parts or whatever you want and take away one of these double lines. I can also take the inner part that is overlapping and I can just remove it. And I could have chosen to place my leaves closer like I did on the other flower. I'll show you in a bit, but I actually want them to be a little different from each other. The stem I'll also just cut away, and I'll cut it away inside the leaf here. I do have a tiny little one over here. So now I have my flower, the leaves I could just take here. And what I do recommend once you are done is that you take your node tool and just mark your design and check if the lines are hitting the line. In this case it was still on the top here. So I'll just move down some of them. Here I do have 3 nodes at one. So I can go in and just click some of them and hit the letter D. And now I only have 1 node. And also the sides over here, you can see that this one is crossing. So I'll just grab the node that's bugging me. It was this one. And I'll just move it up to the line. I will clean these up afterwards, I always do. But now these 2 flowers are ready to score. If I wanted to engrave them, I'll just show you an easy way to do that. I will take my design, I'll just copy and paste it over here, and I will group it. Once it is grouped, you can go in and make an offset in offset shapes. And I will make it outward, and 0.1 millimeter is probably enough. You can see it will have an issue in the middle here. That's easy to fix. So I will not delete original objects. I'll just hit OK. And then I might want to turn this into another color just to be able to see it better. So for the parts that didn't create an extra line, I will just go in again and I will, I'll only take the red, sorry. I'll ungroup it. And now it is ungrouped. So now I can take these inner parts that is bugging me by holding down Control and clicking both of them. Go to my offset shapes again, but instead of outward, I'll take inward, and then I will hit OK. I'll just click the black because that will make them black immediately. And then I can take the blues that are already marked and click the other blues and group them together and move them. So now I have a design that will be able to engrave. I'll just make it black so you can see it. Make sure that my black is set to fill and toggle on filled. So this is it, you guys. This one is ready to score. This one is ready to engrave. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like more LightBurn tutorials, please drop a comment below and tell me if this is a method that you would use in your designs. And if you have any specific requests on what to design and show you how to design, let me know down in the comments. Please subscribe, please like, and I'll see you soon.